So I guess we should preface with, as a general rule for D&D, Mike is our standard GM
On Wednesday.
on Wednesday.
Well, yeah, Mike has been our...
Okay, so my standard GM.
Yeah, and, how long have you been running D&D, Mike?
Since
Mike was born at a young age.
early 80s.
1984.
So,
And how long has it been Greyhawk?
Early 80s.
All Greyhawk all the time.
Yeah.
Greyhawk's a great setting.
Agreed.
I
mean, it's a genre defining setting, but it's been killed for how long? I mean, we haven't seen any forward progress since.
Well,
But that's a good thing.
Are
That's
you,
a good
you're
thing.
talking. You're talking about
depends.
official.
It depends. Yeah, official.
Because I mean, there's plenty of.
Oh, there's lots of unofficial stuff.
Yeah.
Sure.
This is a major tangent.
And that's borderline.
You don't want to get me
fanfic.
started on Greyhawk.
We can do a whole show.
But
on,
we do.
Well, we want Mike to talk.
It's
so,
Side Tangent Productions, right?
That's a good point. I think that should be next week's.
all Greyhawk.
Yeah.
Okay.
All Greyhawk.
We'll have everybody on Cannon Fire listening, and then nobody else.
Rally the troops.
Hey, that's still more people than we had before.
Hey, that's true.
I mean, this being episode 1,
Getting back to topic.
Alcohol and gaming.
Alcohol and
or
gaming.
it doesn't even really, not even alcohol. Some games require
Caffeine.
Mountain Dew.
Right.
Yes, I have to have the caffeine because right now my only frame of reference for drinking and gaming is going to Applebee's before a game and then only drinking enough that I don't go to sleep when we start gaming.
There's a fine line there.
We are old men, so we have a tendency to
I'm
want to
not
fall
an old
asleep.
man.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
I'm 32.
Yes, that's old.
32.
Physically, you're,
Right.
you're older than most of us.
This
That's all because I drank so much whiskey and smoked for so long.
That's why I think, yes, I agree. That's why I think drinking and gaming would be more compelling if we were still very
All right.
young.
Well, let me put it this way, okay? Drinking and tabletop role-playing games, not a real good mix.
Versus what, drinking and LARP?
Well, yeah, that's red wine full on. There is no other drink for LARPing other than
Well, you're
a
talking,
nice Shiraz.
You're talking about a vampire LARP.
Well, it depends on what you're LARPing, Dan.
Well,
If you're LARPing in Old West,
Rot gut.
rock
Yeah,
good.
10 high.
right, but I think everybody would be in agreement. Anybody who thinks of LARP, the first thing they think of is vampire.
Vampires, I know, is
Right.
steampunk.
Yeah, they're two groups ruining their own genres. By the way,
Oh, yes.
We can get into that, if you want to, but
I think that
If you're going to call it Side Tangent Productions, you kind of got to let it go where
It's-
it goes.
I think you hit the nail on the head, though. I mean, if you're doing something Old West,
it's got to
I
be
think that-
tequila because
I think
it's like beer.
Well, I think the earliest Old West thing that we ever did was
GURPS Old West.
yeah.
it was GURPS Old West,
Old
and I
West.
brought a bottle filled with tea, and I think
were
that's
hard
I
back
think that was
then,
the
man.
close. No, it's
Sarsaparilla tea.
Was it sarsaparilla
no,
tea?
it was just tea. It was just straight tea from my mom and dad's pitcher.
Then I must be LARPing Wild West every day because I drink pitcher tea every day.
Yeah, but I don't think the Cowboys had sugar, Mike. Certainly not the pound and a half of sugar you put in a
I
pitcher.
don't
This is
need
So he
true.
doesn't do that anymore.
No? No?
Have you
he's
been?
backed
Have
way
you
off.
weaned off?
A little.
That's good.
So Mike's drink of preference, obviously, is tea.
All right, let me put it this way.
Let's go around the table.
No, let's not. What everybody's.
That was the subject.
No,
No, the subject-
alcohol and gaming is the subject.
All right,
No.
well,
drinking game.
but all right, so we agree that tabletop gaming,
RPG.
and
Well,
drinking's not
exercise probably
good.
works.
So let's put it this way: what genre of LARP would be good for what drink?
Oh, okay.
I don't even
Right.
want to think about
I don't really have a
LARP-related.
frame of reference because I've never really LARPed before. So, but I think Dan's right.
If you go to Gen Con, we'll LARP.
Star Wars LARP, you got to get
Blue milk.
yeah, a jug of milk and some blue food coloring.
So would that
then
be
you're all
blue?
set.
Would that be like blue food coloring in a White Russian?
I've
Well,
done that.
I suppose that could be. You know,
I've
if
not
you-
not a White Russian, but I have
a blue Russian.
I
that
have
would be.
put blue food coloring in milk to make blue milk when I was a kid. Yep, I did that once.
And by kid, you mean as recently as last week, right?
Yes, when you were 35.
I was probably 10. That
right.
was usually the food coloring that was missing. From
Were you
mom
rocking
and
out to the
mom's
Max
stuff.
Rebo soundtrack?
Yes.
Greatest hits.
Max Repo greatest hits.
Does he have greatest hits? I suppose he does.
Play that song again. Yay.
So okay, so Dan said, what was it for Shadowrun? Four Loko,
Four Loco, definitely.
red wine for Masquerade.
Yep.
For D&D, I guess it would depend on what kind of D&D you were
Well,
playing.
I mean, first, do people really LARP D&D?
Well, yeah.
Sure.
Well,
There's
I
that
mean,
one
well,
video
yeah,
of
I
the
mean,
wizard
yeah,
guy
there's-
going, lightning bolt, lightning bolt.
Yeah, there's
lightning
somebody. Oh my god. Some things you try to block out.
it would
That's
probably
awful.
depend on what kind of character you're playing, because in a D&D game, you can play all different kinds of...
So you're saying right now, by me drinking the Dead Guy Ale from Rogue Breweries, I am LARPing my pirate character?
No, because it's Maya-inspired beer. So
Yeah, if you were actually LARPing your
Got
character,
it.
you'd be drinking rum.
Because I was about to have to kill myself for a second there.
All right, so yeah, pirate.
Okay, well, so what we saw people, they were LARPing L5R, weren't they?
Yeah, they do interactives.
Interactive, yeah.
everybody that we tabletopped with playing L5R thought they were LARPing.
Like the chick who were setting
No,
her
man.
boobs on the
See-
table?
See, you're,
Yeah.
you're,
Yeah.
you're, you're
They're telling us
confusing.
not to look at them.
Yeah,
Right.
You're confusing LARPing for cosplay.
Agreed. And I support cosplay. Because there are people who put a lot of work into
I
that.
don't see the difference. I don't.
Well, that's a whole nother thing.
Well,
I
all right.
support the girl that was sitting next to us playing L5R, that other game, who was hot.
Oh.
Yes, she looked good in that, whatever it was.
L5R, by the way.
Well, that was the...
Yeah,
Legend
Legend
of
Friends
the
of the Five
Five
Rings.
yeah,
yes.
that was the girlfriend of the guy who ran our Shadowrun game.
Yeah, but he ain't here, so I could talk about his girlfriend being hot.
I think he...
You could have talked about it then.
I'm pretty sure he would not have minded.
He was kind of a weenie.
Yeah, I mean,
everybody else in that movie
that's
was
why he
fucking-
brought her. You know, that's a boost to his ego. You know, hey, yeah, that's mine.
So I want to know, the L5R
LARP drink?
LARP drink then is sake or something?
Hot sake, yeah.
Sake tastes like no.
don't-
Well,
Such
it's
a
like
fucking
it's like
like
regular
earwax.
whiskey distilled and filtered through an old sock.
Tastes like earwax.
It's got there's an earwaxiness to it.
Smirnoff.
You know,
Smearing off your wax.
put my wine snob vernacular on. You know, hints of oak and ass.
You're a sommelier.
Yes. So all right,
I would
well,
love to be a sommelier. Can you think of a better job?
the difference between cosplay and LARPing, of course, is when you're cosplay, you have your character sheet, you're playing your character, but you don't actually act out all of your
Not
stuff.
even necessarily that. You just have a character concept and you dress up like that character.
So when I brought my fake bottle of whiskey to our Wild West game, and I was
You
playing
were
Dirty
flirting
Dan,
dangerously with LARPing with that one.
I was cosplaying.
You were cosplaying.
Yes,
Because
you
I'm
were
sitting at the table.
right, but you were running a game, so you were.
No, I wasn't running it.
Oh, that's right, you weren't.
I was a
No.
player.
Yeah.
It was
What was that character's name?
Dirty Dan.
That's right. Dirty Dan, the Dynamite Man.
Has there ever been a clean Dan in any Old West game?
There's never been a clean Dan ever.
That's right.
Maybe the only Dan any of us have ever played, actually. So,
Yeah.
Your loss.
what other games are we missing here?
Well, there's plenty of games. I mean,
Star Trek RPG.
Superhero games.
No, that doesn't
Superhero
qualify because that's based on a TV show.
You're not alone in that opinion, but you're in the minority.
Mike,
sir.
we've
agreed.
in the last year we've probably played Mutants and Masterminds more than anything else, which
Right.
you ran. Did we do any? I
And
think we
Jason
did
played a
some-
girl. He did.
a little girl.
God.
Teenage girl.
Yeah,
Drinking?
I think he played a girl very well. Teenage girl, he played it very well.
Yes, it was his best role play ever. I don't think, mostly because it wasn't such a stretch.
I know.
As I said, he was working through some issues.
You said you'd bring this up.
Hey, I didn't bring up nothing. I mean, I don't.
I remember Dan.
I would never say that you were
just-
trying
you said
to
that like-
date Eric. I mean, why would I? Who would talk about
Who
it?
wouldn't?
This is true.
I'm a charming motherfucker.
This is true.
That actually brings me to something I was thinking about today.
Pulp Fiction?
No.
Pigs?
But we will be making a trip to Gen Con this year. I plan on bringing the whole setup this year. There will be a couple of people not participating, mainly Dan and Jason. So
Well, it's my wallet that's not participating. That's
Mine
and,
too.
and I completely understand. So that means we might have one or two open mics. So if anybody's listening to this and wants to participate, then you better be a charming motherfucker. Right.
If you smell like a gamer, you're out.
If we have to
I'm
hear
out.
about it,
unless it's like day 3, then you get a free pass at Gen Con because everybody smells like gamer.
what'd you say, Mike?
Mike's out because he always smells
Send
like
him
gamer.
You're out.
You get a pass because you
That's
work
not
midnight.
cool. Come on.
He outed himself.
I know he did. But
I was just looking for the first opportunity out.
There you go.
I opt out.
Yeah, we will.
we'll probably be more.
We'll probably regret saying this,
Oh, yeah.
But we'll have tryouts or something.
Dan, Dan
Yes,
and I.
gamer tryouts. That's another thing I kind of wanted to talk about. Like if you have somebody.
If you harass me about your homebrew while I'm trying to smoke, you're out.
If you just look at you anytime you're doing anything,
No, anybody who has ever worked in or ran a game store understands the pain that is going through people's homebrew campaigns with them.
I have
Because they
worked
love
in
to
a
tell you
gaming
about this
/
shit.
comic store.
Yes, and I ran
So
a
is
game
Dan.
store myself. People love to tell you about that.
I worked at a comic book store. It wasn't a game store, but I got a lot of that at the comic shop.
And you liked it?
No, I hated it.
Exactly.
Well, there
I
you go.
understand. No, I know.
You know why? Because gamers are dorks.
Who wants to hang out with gamers?
Exactly. Unless it's your crew.
Right.
Because we are cool.
I understand we are the benchmark for cool in the gaming.
Certainly in this room.
Right.
We are the
Definitely.
coolest gamers
We're
in
the
this
5 coolest guys in this room. Except for maybe my miniature there, who's the baddest motherfucker on the planet.
Well, yes.
Well, I know when we go to Gen Con and we see thousands of people around us that are not much different than we are, we do tend to look down our nose at them a little bit.
Well, yeah, that's because, gamers as a general rule are elitist bastards. Have you not read a forum online?
No,
Yes, you have.
Okay.
Yes, often.
That's the beauty of it, though, because we're all the same.
What were we supposed to be talking about?